Hi everyone. I thought I'd answer some more of your questions and read back weird messages. Be sure to check the description and go to specific questions if needed. A long time ago, you said that your family did not know about the YouTube videos. Do they know now? Yes, they've known probably since the middle of 2014. My grandmother is very proud of me for what I've been able to do and has even watched a few of them, as has my sister. Do you like that your style of creating YouTube videos is unique and different from mainstream YouTubers? Yes, I do think that my style is different from others. I try to make it my own and something that is unique to me. Of course, people have requested some things change or new types of material, and it's either been something that I cannot do at this time or something that I simply will not do on this channel. Have you ever considered facilitating a Google Hangout, Spreecast, or a live in-person meetup for you and your fans and followers to connect with you in a more interactive way? Yes, I do have plans for a live stream, primarily when I get a new computer and after some other plans I have been working on have come to the surface. It will be on YouTube since that's where my audience is. As for in-person meetups, this is something I don't have any immediate interest in. However, I think it would be difficult to gauge how many people would meet me at a public location, as well as the appropriate precautions needed for my own protection. Have you ever considered using the Patreon service? I know what Patreon is, but I have never and probably will never consider it. I just don't see the usefulness of it, to be honest. Perhaps it's a way for others to support me, but people can already support me by donating if they so desire, which I greatly appreciate and thank everyone that has. But for Patreon, I don't see what goals I could make for myself. I don't see the point of it, and I don't want yet another site to keep up with. I'm busy enough as it is, and to add something else on top of that would be completely tiresome and useless for me. While I do think it could potentially bring in more of a steady income, people can donate if they desire. Other money comes from advertisements on my videos and website. It's honestly not much. I mean, I make slightly more than half of what minimum wage is in the United States, calculated based on a 40-hour work week. That's really not a lot of money. And then with YouTube Red, it was supposed to increase the content creator's income, and I've not seen it. $1 or less, sometimes more, a day is not much, YouTube Red. But what I'm trying to say here is that I get money from advertisements, some from YouTube Red, and my third source is donations directly here on YouTube. I'm not interested in Patreon because it would not serve me and I would not be able to make it worth my time and effort. What is the most important when choosing a career path? To do what you love or to do what gives you better chances of success, better income? I think a balance is important. You have to choose what you love and what brings you success and a nice income. However, let's use me as an example. As I just mentioned, I earn very little from what I do, which is make YouTube videos, develop a website, etc. It is not nearly enough for me to financially support myself if I was living on my own. However, I love what I am doing, and I am continuing to work as hard as I can so that the income can increase and that I can sell products and make that income will finally financially support me. So it depends on your situation. If you are being supported by someone else, then try your best to live your dream, even if it's a rough start and pays low, while not taking advantage of the person who is supporting you. Otherwise, it may be best to find a good paying job and focus on your dreams as a side project until it can be profitable enough for you to dedicate more time to. Have you ever experienced or would like to experience astral projection or lucid dreaming? If so, what are your experiences and/or opinions on this matter? I've tried both of these, but have really had no success with either. I suppose I'm just not dedicating enough time to it since I know I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. But I've just not been able to. I think to a small degree I have been able to experience both of these, but only at very specific times, and it was mostly in the past and is not there anymore. I would certainly love to get back into this, but it's been an unsuccessful journey so far. Do you feel like you are ever going to live an average person? Have friends, go out to dinner, parties, even family ones? I do all these things, but that will never make me an average person. I'm not average by any means and don't wish to be. Yes, I have friends, I go out to dinner, and I go out to family parties, but I'm not average and I do not wish to be. Do you like poetry? By poetry, I mean that in reference to modern work or things like Shakespeare's sonnets. Not in the context you are implying. I like creative things perhaps friends have made or short stories I can make, but that's about it. Is sadism, masochism related to gender? Do you think that the majority of women like to be dominated? How do you explain that since daddy issues is not always the case? I think it depends on the person. It could also have to do with hormone levels. Sometimes women with more testosterone may be more inclined to be more dominant than their partner. But this really depends on what the person enjoys. The same goes for men. Some men may enjoy being the dominant one, while others the submissive one. They can be straight men or gay men. It depends on many factors, including their partner and what mood they are currently in. Could you please talk about how to cope with mistakes? Mistakes are something we all make, but for some, admitting a mistake can be very difficult. This is often because we feel like we have failed, and we don't want to admit when we've done something wrong and have failed, since it makes us feel inferior. That would be something to work on, to learn to accept that we all make mistakes and that not everything will be a success, but this does not make you a failure. What is the best way of eliminating your fears without the use of a self-help book? Face the fear head on. I'm not joking. The most effective way of getting over a fear is to go right towards it. You have a fear of public speaking? Get up and learn to speak in front of a crowd and you will overcome this fear. This can be difficult to achieve, but if you continue to run and hide from your fears, it begins to build up and cause more problems. Does anxiety cause heart palpitations, premature ventricle contractions? And if yes, then how frequent are these heart palpitations and for how long they last? Absolutely. Anxiety can cause an array of physical and psychological problems. Generally, your heart rate increases, you begin to sweat, you become hypersensitive to noises, lights, and things going on around you. It's not a pleasant experience. As long as you continue to stay in the environment that is causing this and don't have any proper coping mechanisms, you may continue to experience these symptoms. So get out of the environment and learn some ways of controlling the anxiety and coping with it. For a while, I started to see often people non-existent or shadows or even strange monsters just for a few seconds. When there is silence, I often hear non-existent noises. Is it schizophrenia? It could be, but I would focus less on what it could be and more on what it is. The best thing is to observe the voices and see what they are saying. Sometimes it may be beneficial for you to understand why you are hearing this. It could very well be anxiety, and the voice is confirming your self-doubt. The monsters representing things you are scared of when you have anxiety. There are many explanations for this, but I want to instantly jump to it being schizophrenia. I am dating someone who has borderline personality disorder and dissociative identities. Is it possible to have a successful relationship with someone experiencing this disorder? Any advice? Yes, it is possible, but it's not going to be easy. The best thing to do is to support the person and be there for them no matter what. Reassure them that you are there and teach them how they can help themselves instead of relying on you. When you can work things out and get to a healthy, stable place, it will be a lot easier and both of you will be thankful that you saw it through to recovery. Is it possible for a person to see their alters in their mind? Also, is it possible to coax alters out via meditation and or hypnosis? Yes to both questions. Oftentimes people will see their alters in their mind. They may know names, traits, and how they look in their mind. As for hypnosis, this has been used by therapists to bring out personalities and to even discover past trauma that is being blocked by the patient. Usually a way of going about this would be to relax yourself and let go of resistance and actually communicate with this side of you that you want to be able to allow them to come forward. You can learn a lot by doing this and why this other personality exists in the first place. I'm not comfortable with the gender I was born as. I'm going to be transgender. How can I tell my family? I would recommend sitting down and talking with them in person. None of the text message or phone call stuff. Have a letter written out, read it to them, or perhaps give it to them, and openly discuss what you are feeling. The most important key is to be confident. If they reject you and you are confident and stay true to your beliefs, then you will not feel like a failure since you are not. You are a strong person for opening up. I recently came out to my parents about being male to female transgender. Whenever I pick up a woman's magazine in class, my friends and teachers say, "You like that, huh?" I get very uncomfortable. Help. Sometimes that's just something you have to deal with. People will say things, look at you weird, or whatever else. Perhaps you can discuss with them that you are uncomfortable with what they are saying to you. I am a trans man. My chest dysphoria is severe. I barely leave the house, and when I do, I have to wear a binder, and I can't afford top surgery. I'm already on testosterone. What should I do? You will need to continue to wear the binder until you can get surgery. Unfortunately, there really isn't anything else you can do. Since you are already on testosterone, then you should be able to experience some other positive effects from that. But just like a male to female trans person with a penis, you cannot get rid of it until you have surgery. You can learn to accept the fact that your chest at this moment is not how you would want it to be, and instead focus on how you would want it to be. This can ease the dysphoria and hold it off until you can financially afford the surgery that will make you the way you should have been born. Weird message time. The first is, did someone punch he in the eyes? Ow! Dude, what is up with your eyes? I can't tell if it's your makeup or what, but something is crazy. Looks like Photoshop-esque. Your ocular sclera are like ghost white. Don't know how you did it, but it is hard to watch. But anyway, thanks for sharing this 2 years ago. Your words are idiotic. However, your eyes are mesmerizing. Can I keep them? I have embalming fluid. I'll keep them fresh forever. Love you. And I know you love me. We're meant to be together. Well, at least your eyes and me. You could lose 5 pounds on the spot by taking off your makeup. More like 100 pounds. Her eyebrows are marker. Do girls learn how to put on makeup these days? Good Lord, people, get a clue. You are my favorite anime character from Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, thank you. Her face reminds me of a creepypasta. Ew, scary. I'm scared, like I have watched Insidious. 2 minutes? Seriously, gothic. You're talking about this and you look like a witch? Is it Halloween? It's Halloween every day for me. I wish everyone else would join in on the fun. Is this the girl from the crazy stalker girlfriend meme? Yes. Here's the lesson, boys. No matter how good it looks, don't stick your dick in crazy, especially if crazy had a dick itself. Is this a tutorial on how an epic trap can achieve just a little success in dating as the unattractive trans person? No, it's a tutorial on how a deliciously epic trap cap can achieve major success in dating everyone. Yo, when the sexual author started talking, my junior beef was fully charged. Pfft, junior beef sounds kind of wimpy. Michael Jackson in disguise?
Yes, it's Michael Jackson.
I can't believe you never heard of me. I'm a very popular entertainer. Well, how about this? Billie Jean is...
Michael Jackson.
When I was your age, I had
Sex. Totally false. He was very swollen. One time I asked to use the restroom.
All I need to know is which of them swallow. All of them. They all swallow just for you. Maybe she's on different drugs with every personality. How much LSD have you taken? Loads. This person's brain equals pudding. Brains. You look like a man. Oh, I tell you, she look like a man. Whoa, the Addams family went downhill. That creature is freaking me out. In other news, aliens have landed on Earth. How is this news since we've been around for longer than you humans can fathom? All of this? All of what? Arrow 404 at tits not found. What? I have tits? No, I'm kidding, I don't. You need to take that tongue ring out because it's not placed right. No tongue ring and no piercings. I have no piercings and don't plan on any. I got my ears pierced in 2012, but let them grow back in because I don't care for them. I wanted to write something hateful about this, but I bet the night does enough of that for you. Enjoy. Yes, the night brings about all sorts of hateful things. So, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching.